Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna. Kripascha Samitinjaya, Kripascha Samitinjaya, Ashvatama Vikarnash.
हरे कृष्णा.
दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु जी.
हरे कृष्णा, दंडवत प्रणाम. युगवतार प्रभु की जय. Hare Krishna. We welcome all the participants for our today's IYC session on health tips by His Grace Yugavatar Prabhu. So we are very happy to have Prabhu's association, who has taken out his valuable time and come here today. So we are very grateful to you, Prabhuji, and we also take out this small time to introduce His Grace Yugavatar Prabhu. So hope I am audible and clear to everybody, and my voice and my audio is clear to everybody.
Yes प्रभु जी.
Okay. So actually we very famously know His Grace Yugavatar Prabhu as the director of Golok Players in Chowpatty, but today we have him in a little different role and service, as to help us all the youth preachers all over India to have good health. So just a brief introduction. His Grace Yugavatar Prabhu, also known as Dr. Yuvraj Bhosle in his professional field, joined ISKCON in 1994 and received initiation from His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj in 1997. He has been a very regular visitor and serving at Chowpatty Temple since 1996, chanting Hare Krishna mantra, preaching Krishna consciousness in various premier medical institutes like JJ Hospital, from where many devotees have come, KEM Hospital, Nair Hospital, Sion Hospital, and he has been also a pioneer preacher in two important areas in Maharashtra, Satara and Baramati. Satara, his birthplace, and as I mentioned, that he has done devotional dramas, which is termed under Golok prayers. I was just hearing his interview at the Ek Mulakat Krishna Bhakt ke Saath. In that he was mentioning that how initially they were doing on the spot dramas, but then he decided, no, we want to do very professional, very planned dramas, and they had almost practices for 30 days, and each day they were doing very nice practice, and the dramas have brought so much devotion to so many people around the world. And he is also a writer, contributed in Back to Godhead magazines. He has been a loving counselor, guiding devotees on their spiritual journey. He has been a professor and doctor in human anatomy. If I read his degrees, then it will be like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It will from A to Z, it will not complete. But still, in brief, I would like to say he is MBBS. He has done his MS, DNB, DHRM, DG, DHE, then PG, DHM, HC, and then FME. So he has done multiple degrees, and he is very expert in balancing spiritual as well as devotional career and services. He has been also blending this in the service of Srila Prabhupada since many years now, and it was very great fortune of us that we could get his 1 hour. So although now there are around 21 participants, However, this will be going live, YouTube recorded, so many more will take advantage in the future. So very, very grateful, Prabhuji, for your presence and your time. So this time Prabhu mentioned that he will have some PPT to share, and then we will also get time to ask question answers at the end. Over to you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Prabhupada.
Vanmali Govind Prabhu. Thank you so much, and thank you so much, IIYC Care team, for calling me and giving me this opportunity to serve the Vaishnavas. So
So
okay,
in case there is any concerns, you can also share in chat. I will just be available to address them.
thank you. So let me start with the two reasons why devotees fall, and I have fall sick, and these are superficial reasons I'm speaking about. One is irregular sleep and irregular diet. I say that these are the two reasons where majority of the devotees they experience it. Because I have been a doctor for many preachers, and I realize these two factors whenever they fall sick. And then I ask them how have been sleeping for last 7 days, and they said the sleeping has been very irregular. Diet, yeah, no time to eat or wrong times they are eating. Only reason a preacher falls sick is due to the stress of the stress management seminars he has to take, I would say. And we say that only 10% people die due to overwork, being overworked. People always say, "No, I'm overworked, I'm stressed out." And 90% die thinking of work. So many times we are overworked, but what happens is we keep on thinking about that overwork, and that is what is actually causing disease. If even if we are overworked and we healthily accept it and embrace it, we never fall sick. But moment we start thinking again and again, I'm overworked, I'm stressed out, I'm overworked, I have too many services, I want to get out of it. Let me tell you one thing, that any person, whether a devotee or a non-devotee who is at a responsible post, always is loaded with so many responsibilities that he or she always thinks that let me leave all of this and go away somewhere and be peaceful. No. As our philosophy states, there is no peace anywhere. We need to learn how to be peaceful by depending on the Lord. Are we animals? Let me start with our basics. Our human body, we all of us know, has been designed to do regulated eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. A pig, if he overeats, he becomes diabetes, doesn't become diabetic. Humans, if they overeat, they become diabetic. This will be useful for all of you in your Discover Yourself seminars. This is a doctor's perspective of eating, mating, sleeping, and defending. Whenever a human overeats, he becomes diabetic. A pig overeats, an elephant overeats, he never suffers from diabetes mellitus. When animals indulge in mating, they never get HIV. Humans overindulge in unrestricted sex life, there is a risk of sexually transmitted disease. Animals sleep, they never suffer from deep vein thrombosis. A human patient lying in our hospital, even for 3 days, we start feeling that his veins will get thrombosed and we start massaging his calves. Defending. You see this small sparrow whenever it is collecting grains, it is looking here, it is looking there, it is looking here, it is looking there. So much in tension, but it doesn't suffer from hypertension. Human beings, when they start living with so much of tension of defending themselves, protecting themselves, instead of being under the shelter of the Lord, then they suffer from hypertension. So animal instincts are making humans extinct. Let me at the outset tell all of you that everybody is different. Here I may tell, follow this, skip this, don't eat this, don't that, eat at this time, don't eat at this time. But This all has to be taken very personally. You have to filter my lecture and don't follow it, just andha yathande. No, don't follow it like that. All of us have a different body. Okay. So let me share with you first my Ekadashi detox experience. For years together, I was doing this Nirjala Ekadashi. And, many people who do Ekadashi, especially on the day of Nirjala, the Dwadashi, they say that they get diarrhea. People say that they get loose stools. They get foul smelling stools. So what happens, especially on Nirjala Ekadashi, is that, our all organs are resting. Our stomach is resting. Our liver is resting. Our pancreas are resting. Everybody is resting. Sorry. Everybody is resting. Am I audible? Yeah. So everybody is resting. So what they do is now they get time to clear the toxins. They get time to clear the toxins. And therefore, what happens is liver clears its toxins, stomach clears its toxins, the pancreas clears the toxins. And then what happens at the end of this 24 hours is our whole gastrointestinal tract on Dwadashi day of the Nirjala is full of toxins, because first time in the 1 year, our organs, they got a chance to detox themselves. And therefore, we should never break a Ekadashi fast with eating sweet rice. We should have warm water so that it flushes those toxins. We should have purgatives which flushes those toxins. Then I started thinking about a daily detox. I said, why can't I do it on a daily basis? Daily basis, it is possible only when we have a very, very early dinner. Okay, and I'll speak about it later. Srila Prabhupada always spoke to us that 5 hours of sleep is sufficient. And we had devotees who challenged it. No, 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 no. 5 hours is not sufficient. We should have minimum of 7 hours sleep. We should have minimum of 8 hours sleep and all those things. Then I did a research on this, that how when Srila Prabhupada is saying 5 hours sleep is sufficient and devotees are challenging that it is not sufficient. So when 5 hours sleep is sufficient, let me make it clear. If we follow the lifestyle given by Srila Prabhupada, when we sleep empty stomach, now there are two such situations I want you to focus on. When we sleep empty stomach and when we sleep full with full meal. Now, suppose I have my meal at 8, 8:30 or 9, and then I sleep. So what is happening is, in this situation, when I have a heavy meal, many devotees get tell, I couldn't get up because yesterday night I had a feast. Because what happens is when we take a heavy meal, we sleep, but all our organs are working. Only we are sleeping. So now these organs almost take 5, 6 hours, 7 hours to finish digestion of the food. By the time they finish their work, we get up. So the organs, they said, oh, we also want to sleep. And that's why we struggle to get out of the bed. Because whole night, our body has been working. Compare this to sleeping empty stomach. When we sleep empty stomach, what happens is that empty stomach, our all organs, we and my stomach, I and my stomach, I and my liver, I and my pancreas, I and my all organs are resting. My kidneys are also not overloaded. And therefore, when we sleep empty stomach, and you must have seen this after sleeping empty stomach, we get up immediately after 5 hours. And that is why Srila Prabhupada was correct that sleeping 5 hours is sufficient. But if we follow what Srila Prabhupada was doing, Srila Prabhupada was sleeping empty stomach. And if we want that 5 hours, but what happens with our preachers is, our preachers go for program, they have a nice feast over there, they come back at 11 o'clock and they get up at 4 o'clock for the 4:30 Mangalarti, and then their body has not received sufficient rest because they have rested for 5 hours, but organs have not rested. So therefore, remember, if you want to attend Mangalarti throughout your life, and if you want to sleep late and you want to have a nice dinner, then you have to think that what should I do? I have to sleep empty stomach. From 1996 till today, almost for last 30 years, I have been attending morning program at Radha Gopinath Mandir. And my principle is not eating anything after. Now you will get the shock of your life. After 3 p.m., sometimes 4 p.m. maximum. That's my limit. After that, by the time I go to sleep, my stomach is completely empty and I get such a deep sleep because of that. Again, going back to my previous slide, everybody's body is different. Somebody may say I get acidity, somebody may say I get a migraine, I may get a headache. But then you can definitely reduce the proportion of the dinner. Make your timing from 8:30, bring it back to 6. Yeah, but sometimes we go to a program and it's a real feast. Yeah, enjoy that day. It's once in a while. I normally say of the 365 days, whatever I am telling you, you follow for minimum 300 days. 65 days, you can cheat yourself and have a nice feast. But having feast for 365 days, then there is no possibility of one becoming a yogi or Arjuna if one eats too little or too less. Second, no? Yeah. So when you sleep, your organs also should sleep. All the healing happens when we sleep. In our body, when we sleep, whatever, we have given a lecture for 2 hours. So our back is strained. The back will heal only when we sleep. It will not sleep when we are traveling back to our ashram. So all healing of all parts from head to toe happens when we sleep. So sleep is very important. Okay. Now detox your body by having early meal, by having early dinner, by having less dinner. So early morning, yes, your body will be full of toxins. Have nice hot water, getting up early, and that is what I'm going to talk. Now you may say that, Prabhuji, where is this philosophy of no dinner? Check this, my references. Janmashtami, Krishna was born at 12 o'clock at midnight. They realized Krishna is born. They decided we'll have Nandotsam next day. You said, okay, 12 o'clock in the midnight. That's okay. Lord Chaitanya was born in the evening at dusk almost. They could have said, okay, come on, let's cook a dinner. They said, no, feast tomorrow. Because this was the culture of our land, that there is no concept of dinner in India. When the lights go off, when the sun sets, people used to stop eating. That is the culture of this land. And that is one reason that although Jagannath Mishra festival, Lord Chaitanya born in the evening, they could have made nice dinner. They did not make dinner. Jagannath Mishra festival is celebrated next year because there is no concept of dinner in our Indian culture. Now waking up. Yeah, Brahma Murta, waking up, advisable. And this there is nothing new I am telling. But one point I am telling here new for all of you is adrenaline. There is an adrenaline gush in our body in the Brahma Murta onwards. That is 4 a.m. 4 a.m. onwards. Huge adrenaline rush. So therefore, it is advisable that another 4 a.m., 5 a.m., that one should run. Why we should do exercise in the morning? So that adrenaline is consumed. Therefore, one should dance, one should go in the kirtan, do like this, so that adrenaline is consumed. See, many, I'll talk something but sense for medical reason. Many times, males, because here all are males, I would like to press upon these points. Males sometimes get erection of their genitals at morning when they get up. And then people sometimes feel guilty that, oh, I have a lot of sex desire in the heart. No, it's just because heavy adrenaline rush is there in the morning. Why people get heart attacks early in the morning? You must have heard of so many of your relatives, friends dying at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning in sleep because there is an adrenaline rush. So you need to get up and start walking. If you don't get up and start walking, that adrenaline will go to the heart and constrict all the vessels, and a person will get a heart attack. So it's logical. I heard this from a doctor who was from a different faith. And he told me that what is told in your Hindu religion is correct. He was from a Muslim religion and he was speaking in a conference on cardiology. He said it is correct because there is an adrenaline gush at 5 o'clock onwards, 4 o'clock onwards. Therefore, one should get up and walk and do some movement so that adrenaline is consumed. If one keeps on sleeping, he may get a heart attack. There is a risk of getting heart attack. Okay. Water drinking time. There is the best shloka, which is there in one of the Shubhashits. Nisha ante jalam pibet, bhojan ante takram pibet, and dina ante dugdam pibet. They tell us what are the times for these drinks. Yeah, so best time we get up. When we get up, we should have nice warm water, lukewarm water. Of course, there are some difference of opinion on this because some people say that we should have water in its natural cooling state. Yeah, that is there. But if you have slept empty stomach or with less dinner or no dinner after 5 o'clock, your gut will be full of toxins. So it's advisable, at least early in the morning, you should have warm water, warm to hot, which can be consumable, not hot too much. That will nicely create a good GI reflex also, because most of the people, they suffer from constipation. And that reason is that less drinking of water, less fiber in the diet, less fruits in the diet, that causes constipation. So warm water, having warm water. Then next time, when should he have or she have water? The good time to have water would be before meals. Having water before meals, like 1 hour before meal, one starts drinking water. 1 hour before dinner, start drinking water. That will keep you hydrated. That is the sign. If you sit for your meal and then you open the water bottle and start drinking water between your meals, you are again and again going to your bottle. That means you have forgotten to drink water between your two meals. Okay, so now you should prepare yourself that, okay, at 1 o'clock or 11 o'clock, I'm going to have my lunch, or 10 o'clock, most of the temples, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock. So before that, you have your water, not during meals, not after meals, before that. So that, and the sign of that is that you have a good, you never feel thirsty during, while having water. While having your meal, that means you had good water. Drinking milk. Basic question whether we should drink milk or not. Moment I would say no, people will start pouncing upon me. Srila Prabhupada has said that milk is needed for finer tissues of the brain. Nisha ante dugdam pibet. What Prabhupada used to do, what Srila Prabhupada used to do is, in the night, in the evening, sometimes he used to have some milk. Milk is a whole meal. Means one side there is roti, chapati, sabji, dal, rice, sweet on one side in a plate, and one side is glass of milk. We cannot have a full meal and have a glass of milk. We cannot have breakfast and have a glass of milk. If we are having milk, that means no meal. Either meal or milk. Now, let me come to the basics. Milk is needed for growth. When a child is growing, he needs milk. When growth is complete, I'm not saying we don't need milk. If we consume excess milk, why excess milk? I say, having lunch and having a glass of milk, having dinner and having glass of milk, that is excess milk. Skip your dinner, have milk. Then that is not excess. Milk causes growth. Excess milk causes abnormal growth, and that is cancer. And this is one reason so many people in our society, they suffer from cancer because they have excess milk. So I am not saying don't have milk. Let me again and again tell you, have milk but skip a meal. Meal or milk, not meal plus milk. Okay. Abhyangasna. This is something which we have forgotten. I was reading one Ayurvedic book and he says the simplest way of increasing your lifestyle is putting oil on your body, not head, body, before having your bath. That is called Abhyangasna. We never put oil after bath. All of you who do deity worship, all of you must be aware that if you are going for deity worship and if you put oil, then you are disqualified to enter the altar. That means our Vedic principle is applying oil before baths. Now, it's very difficult for those temple residents to, who are getting up at 4 and want to be ready at 4:30 for Mangalarti to follow this. The days you get up little early, 3:30, quarter to 4, put some oil here. One of our Ayurvedic person, he said, no problem. Take that oil bottle to the toilet. When you're sitting on the pot, put some oil. Some oil. Once in a while, not every day, once in a while you can put oil and sleep, but not every day because your skin needs to breathe. So not advisable that 365 days we put oil and sleep. Once in a while you can do that. If you are feeling that morning you will not get time to put oil. See, people get white hair here, white hair here, white hair here also after 50. Why? Because we never apply oil there. We have been applying oil only here. Why people get white beard and white mustache? Because either kabhi oil laga hai nahi, never put oil here. We never put oil here. Oil, wherever there is hair, oil is required. Hair does not require water. Tree requires water, hair requires oil. And putting oil relaxes our body. So you may say, ki, Prabhuji, morning time difficult. It's okay. Some days in the evening, you don't have a preaching program. Evening, you have to take bath before Gayatri at 5 o'clock. Put some oil, take bath. In the night before sleeping, take a nice oil massage. Yourself, you take a massage and 9 o'clock, wash it and sleep. Keep oil, minimum contact period is 20 minutes for head. For body, 5-10 minutes at least. Yeah, more the time the oil remains, it's good. If you have a separate room in your ashram, if you can manage a separate bed sheet whenever you are putting oil, because those bed sheets, the oil will, kind of soil those bed sheets, but then keep a separate setting. And some days in a week, you can put oil nicely. You will see in the morning that whole oil is absorbed by the skin. And then you'll realize that so much our skin also needs oil. The muscles get relaxed. Everything, the whole body gets rejuvenated. Srila Prabhupada used to tell 3 things that increased his lifespan: oil massage, morning walk, and Ayurvedic medicines. So at least we should follow this. Bathing, so before bathing, we should try to put oil. More number of times we take bath, advisable 3 times, more we feel fresh and rejuvenated. Morning walk. Now coming to the second point of Srila Prabhupada, morning walk. So morning walking is good, but sometimes devotees, they feel that I should run. Oh, when we run, you try running on a beach. When you run on a beach, your uh, feet, they go down inside the sand of the beach. So that is the pressure we are giving on the ground every time we are running. That means when I am running on the tar road, that pressure is coming back to my joints. And therefore, people spoil their joints while running on a tar road. Never run. If you want to run, run on a beach, run on a soft sand, run with nice shock absorbing shoes. Don't run on a treadmill. Go for a walk. Go for a walk which is little faster. that is okay. Okay, because when we go for a brisk walk, our heart palpitates, and that is good more because any muscle which contracts, I'm talking about the heart health, any muscle which contracts increases in size. Heart is also contracting since our birth, so it also increases in size. But the perfusion of the heart doesn't increase unless we are doing some cardiac exercise. Devotees, you are doing cardiac exercise already in Guru Puja, in Mangal Arti. When you are doing that much kind of dancing, that is good for your heart, you know. But see to it that uh, if there are staircase, whenever there is option, use the staircase. Fifth floor, go by staircase. I stay on the 14th floor. Whenever I get a chance, I go on the 14th floor using staircase. And by the time I reach, my heart has exercised. Running to catch a train is exertion, and running, doing voluntarily, is exercise. So the heart remains healthy. Joints remain healthy if you walk briskly, not running. Running, good shoes and soft sand. Pranayam, everyone must do empty stomach. Every pranayam has a gross and a subtle effect. When we do Kapalbhati, the gross effect is the respiratory tract clears. Every pranayam has a subtle mantra that you meditate that I am throwing the diseases out of the body. Then a disease in the knee joint is also cured. When we do the Bhastrika pranayam, one thing is gross effect is the lung capacity increases. Subtle effect is that we have to meditate that I am taking in energy of the universe. The most ignored muscles amongst all the preachers are neck, back. Compare neck versus biceps. We are carrying some weight in the hand. Normally, we don't get sprained. But too much time, if you hold it like this, thoda sa fatigue aa jata hai. Similarly, the neck muscles, we are half of the time like this, either preparing PowerPoints or working on our computer or managing the temple accounts, So these muscles, they don't get relaxation. Our hand muscles, our thigh muscles, they get exercise when we are walking, we are eating, the muscles are moving. Back muscles not getting any exercise. Since the moment we get up in the morning at 4 o'clock till the nights 9 o'clock, our back muscles are in a contracted state, neck muscles are in contracted state. So after age of 35, 40, the muscles get burnt out. And then the neck pain starts and the back pain starts. So don't wait for that pain to start. Do the simple neck exercises like this, like this, like this, turning your neck. We are not doing it right now, but we are using those muscles. So we should use these muscles. Eating. Sorry for putting Mataji's because this was my PowerPoint which I use at generally. Now eating, there is a sequence. I had one teacher, Dr. Manubhai Kothari, and he, was healthy at 70. He used to come to the office, like this. And I used to ask, sir, what is, your fitness mantra? Yes, you don't eat it. He said, whenever I'm called at marriages, I just stand at the salad counter. And I keep on eating salad and chatting with people who are taking plates. And then towards the end, when they say we are closing the counters, I go and eat little. He said, people, Yuvraj, don't understand why near the plate the salad counter is kept. Because we are now going to have a rich caloric food. Before touching that food, we should fill our stomach with salads so that we get the fullness. See, you cannot just go to a party and eat, you will say, I'll have only one slice of pizza and go. You have one slice of pizza, go back, you will not be able to sleep because there are cravings. Salad causes fullness. So first salad, let me start. 1 hour before water, and before the meal, salads, and then the meal. So salads make our stomach already full. So then we don't eat too much. Okay, so after a particular age, young brahmachari, the number of salad can be less. As we grow older, salad proportion increases and the solid food proportion can go down. These are sections of our stomach. I'm going to teach you some anatomy because I'm a human anatomist. I cannot escape, teaching anatomy to whoever is attending. This is our stomach. This part of the stomach is called fundus, which is full of gas. So we fill our stomach, we fill our stomach. Stomach capacity is 1.5 liters, but it is most distensible. It can distend up to 2.5 liter. Every day we distend up to 2.5 liter by overeating, it becomes permanently 2.5 liter. And then, then those people whose stomach becomes 2.5 liters, they eat so much but not satisfied. They cannot be satisfied till they eat a full meal. So don't stretch your stomach daily. Here in this part of the stomach, fundus is gas. This gas is needed. When we overeat and eat, that gas comes out. Oh, means even this space of the stomach is full. Now please stop. Okay, so these are some indications our body gives us. Rice, chapati before 40s and after 40s. Young brahmacharis are also attending this, so I'm balancing my lecture for them. Before 40s, eat sabji, eat chapati with little sabji. After 40, eat sabji with little chapati. Before 40, eat rice with dal. After 40, eat dal with rice sprinkled on it. This is how our diet has to change as our age advances. Because chapati has calories, rice has calories. When we are young, we are burning those. As we grow old, salad proportion should increase. Sabji should be more, chapati should be less. Dal can be more, rice can be less after 40, but more and most should be the salad. Mind and disease. We have so many psychosomatic diseases. People with anger get hypertension and heart disease. People with anxiety get irritable bowel syndrome. People get hyperacidity. People get migraines, So mind, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that mind is powerful than the body and soul is powerful than the mind. Therefore, the mind can cause disease to the body. Now, let me give some hope. Mind can heal the body also. And that is how even the mind is stable. That is how our devotees in ISKCON are so blissful. When the mind becomes calm, when mind is peaceful, the body, it reflects on the body also. Now, when I say devotees, I would say devotees who are following the principles of Srila Prabhupada. Some people are devotees but stressed out. They will still suffer if you are not following the principle of Srila Prabhupada. So this point I have already covered that cardiac muscle is a muscle. Its perfusion increases whenever you do cardiac exercise. Cardiac exercise does not necessarily mean running. It can be brisk walking. It can be going up and down the stairs. Whatever makes you breathless. But it should be done with the intent of exercise and not in exertion. Not that before Mangalarti you forget your bead bag, so you ran 5 steps up and 5 steps down and you said, I became breathless. Prabhuji had said, so my exercise is done. No, that was exertion. Okay, when a tiger is running behind you, that is called as fright and flight reactions. Adrenaline is secreted in the body and you run fast. That may save you, but that is not counted as cardiac exercise. Person may die of fear also. But when we run without a tiger behind us, that makes not run, walk fast, that makes us healthy. Brain health, very important. And therefore, our acharyas, our Patanjali, that's Brahmari pranayam, that only pranayam where we say Om with a closed mouth. It actually massages the brain. There is no aerobic exercise which massages the brain. Here we have, this is something which every preacher, irrespective of age, should do, because it causes massage to the brain. No exercise causing massage to the brain. Pranayam, all those 6 pranayam, Kapalbhati, no aerobic exercise for throwing out the toxins which of the air which have gone in. Okay. Now coming to the end of my presentation, 2 reasons why devotees fall sick. And now initially I started with the same slide. And I said that time I had written superficial in the bracket. Here I have written deep. A devotee is insincere. Oh, devotee is sincere. If a devotee is insincere, Krishna wants to make him sincere. So he makes him fall sick. A devotee is sincere. Krishna wants him to make more progress, so he falls sick. But the reason I have written this over here is whenever we fall sick, we should think that I have fallen sick because I am insincere. But don't put that mantra when other devotees fall sick. When other devotees fall sick, our consciousness should be that they have fallen sick because they are sincere and Krishna wants them to progress towards them. Okay, so that should be our consciousness. We keep that consciousness. Otherwise, what happens? Some sannyasi in ISKCON falls sick. And then we say, oh, is it karma? Is it because of this? No, that is because they are so sincere and so dear to Krishna that Krishna wants them to come back to them fast, or Krishna wants them to progress fast. But when I fall sick, the first line is applicable because maybe I have been insincere and Krishna wants me to sincerely have a look at, what I'm doing wrong, what I did wrong, and both ways in my devotional life, in my lifestyle, both, and we can get an answer. Thank you so much for calling me, and I hope this short presentation will be of some help to some preachers. Like Srila Prabhupada said, that at the end of writing those 80 books and 108 temples, if one person becomes a pure devotee, I feel that it was worth putting that effort. So at the end of this 45 minutes, if one devotee takes up to this healthy lifestyle, I would feel that it is worth giving this lecture. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Yugavatar Prabhu. It was quite short, 40 minutes, but it was so informative and eye-opener, I am sure. Many devotees gave comment. It was very catchy and it was very, very relevant, I am sure. Like things like the salad thing which you told, and the milk, how it can be either milk or whole meal, and then the muscles which are neglected so much, and the before 40 and after 40 they are really going to open up, and I'm sure it will be little more inputs which will be required, and they will be inquisitive. So thank you very much, Prabhu, for this very touchy points and very relevant for the youth preachers. I'm sure there will be many questions, so we will request the devotees to unmute and ask. So we'll request first ISKCON KR Puram devotee to go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat.
Prabhuji, it was nice session. Thank you for.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, majorly this the fasting time you shared very nicely that Nirjala Ekadasi and other part. But what I observed, like among in ashram devotees, some devotees even 4 o'clock they need to take prasadam, some prasadam, so that the stomach will be without gas and other things. So these gastric regions are heavy, and whomever I observe, if they take one problem, if they won't take another problem. So what do you suggest to avoid this gastric and same time follow the whatever the fasting these things, coach?
Yeah. Prabhuji, thing is that therefore I had put that first slide almost that everybody is different. So we have to judge our body, and it takes some time. When I decided to skip dinner, it was a big decision. It was a big decision, and literally for 10-15 days, I was tossing and turning on the bed. But yeah, some days when I felt too much, then I did. So whenever we are doing change in the lifestyle, it has to be done very, very slowly. very, very slowly. You cannot overnight make a change in your lifestyle. Okay. I was sleeping at 4 a.m. when I joined ISKCON. And then they told me that this way, because I was a medical student, they said this way it will not work. So then I started sleeping at 3, 2, 1, 12. I came to 8. At one point of time in a medical school, I was sleeping at 8, getting up at 3. It took me 6 months for that. So devotees, whenever they are doing any change, suppose they want to reduce the dinner, it's not that today evening onwards you should do it. If you are having at 7 o'clock heavy meal, start shifting to 6 with little, reduce one chapati, reduce little rice, then come to 5. 5 would be a decent time to eat, I would say. After that, we should not eat too much. And yeah, you are the best judge of your body. You don't eat, you get acidity. You eat too much, you get acidity. Eat in a balanced way. I'm telling you, when we eat whatever is required, at some point we realize that this is sufficient for me. Now, whatever I'm eating is actually I'm eating for my tongue. That is what actually causes diseases. Okay. So go slow while changing lifestyle. Judge yourself. Don't be too much strict and too much obsessive, compulsive about it.
Thank you very much. I hope it helps Veni Madhav Prabhu. So next we request Rohini Sutta Prabhu to ask his question. Rohini Sutta Prabhu, can you unmute?
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandot Pranam.
Dandot Pranam, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, you mentioned regarding oiling the body.
Yeah.
Like you also mentioned before bathing. So, Prabhuji, it may not be possible like every day early in the morning to
Yeah.
oil and then take bath after 20 minutes. So
Yeah.
can we do it in the daytime because we
Yes,
have
yes. Yes, absolutely. In fact, I told that you can do it in the day, you can do it in the evening, once in a while in the night, not every day. Because, when the October heat is too much and you apply oil, our actually body needs freshness. So even before sleeping is also good, Prabhuji. If a day, if you are not having a preaching program and you plan to sleep at night, 8 o'clock nicely have put oil, 8:45 take bath and you can take a rest. Yeah.
and Prabhuji, what kind of oil like in the summer and winter?
Yeah. See, Prabhuji, best oil is the til ka tel, which I don't know, mohori. I exactly Hindi word I may not be able to tell for
The
that.
till samajhte hain, Prabhuji.
Til ka tel is the best. Because Lord Vishnu, he says that, the one reason sesame oil, the sesame seeds, which, thank you, Shadbhuj Prakash Prabhu. We put the sesame seeds in the yajna because Lord Vishnu says that, that's a expanded form of him. So best, yeah, that oil is the best. But again, what suits you is my concern. Okay. But oil should not be too much also. It's more of rubbing. It should sink in nicely and take a nice hot water bath after that. So you will yourself feel the freshness actually. At
Okay.
least 3 times in a week you should try for this. That Abhyanga Snan is good. It is recommended in Ayurveda. You can Google the benefits of Abhyanga Snan, and they are fabulous. Rather, our own Acharya, our founder Acharya used to take. Yeah. Then again, I would say one thing, that go back to your ashram, ask your authorities, because all devotees suddenly start doing Abhyanga Snan in the morning, and it should not come. Blame should not come. Morning it is very difficult. But one thing I'm telling you, when I get up now, I put some oil here just before going to the toilet, and sitting on the toilet seat, I just put my oil here. This is what our Ayurvedic Acharya, Dr. Nemade from Bhaktivedanta Hospital, he had taken a session for us. He said, even that is sufficient. Thoda sa, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, instead of doing nothing. If something is better than nothing. But in the daytime, once in a while, you should do that. Best. Yeah. You can go to the next question.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Gauranga Prabhu from Delhi.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandot Pranam,
Dandot
Prabhuji.
Pranam.
Prabhuji, the question is like you told to take water 3 different times, like in the morning or before meal, and
Before
sorry,
dinner.
you told to take water before meal.
Yeah, before
So
meals. Yeah.
if,
1 hour
yeah,
before you should start drinking water. Yeah.
so can you please tell like how much is it like we should fill our stomach with water? How much water we should fill our stomach? Something like that. I was just
No,
thinking
Prabhuji.
because
Yeah.
I heard before that we should not take too much water before food also, otherwise the digestion systems get disturbed. I
No,
am
no.
not sure about it.
Yeah, Prabhuji, I know. I have heard of this. But when you are taking 1 hour before, you can drink to your heart's content water, because digestive juices start getting secreted only when we start eating, or when the meal comes in front of us also sometimes. We say ना कि मुंह से पानी आ गया. So वो प्लेट भी सामने आ गया तो भी चालू होता है थोड़ा थोड़ा. But 1 hour before nothing is happening. Okay, so
Okay.
rather it's a nice flushing of your system if you are eating before. So whatever is there, the leftovers get flushed off and we are ready to clean our system and start eating.
And just one thing, Suprajit, regarding salad, you told
Yeah,
about salad.
yeah.
So what about like if we in place of salad, if we take like sprouts, will it be is it same in similarly benefited or it is something different if you're
See,
taking
sprout
food?
has a high protein content, Prabhuji. Salad mixed with little sprouts, yeah, it is good. But when I say salad, I mean kakdi, I mean gajar, the cucumber, I mean the carrot, I mean the beetroot, I mean the mooli. These are the salad items. Yeah, mixed with little bit of sprouts is good. Yeah. Somebody is asking that once I eat the salads, it's very difficult for me to eat. Yeah. So decide the proportion accordingly. Don't eat too much salads that you don't feel hungry at all. Because what happens is if you switch to only salads now and you just have a salad meal and sleep, I'm telling you in 1-2 hours, you will get up and start hunting for food. Because our body needs carbohydrates. At the end, you should have one chapati, one roti, so that the body, then you can tell it, now be satisfied, you got your carbohydrates, okay. You cannot skip carbohydrates at all, okay. So we need to give them that small meal of carbohydrate, little bit sabji, little bit oil in that sabji is also needed, yeah.
Yes, Prabhu. Similar to the question which we are discussing, Haldhar Priya Prabhu is asking that those whose stomach is already 2.5 liter expanded,
Yeah.
what should they do to reduce? And
Yeah.
basically how to know how much is our stomach size as well.
See, the stomach is the most distensible organ. That's why human anatomy, the first line speaks about stomach. So you see, the stomach capacity is 1.5 liters. People eat and eat and eat, and sometimes after that they drink four glasses. They have ice cream, they have soda, they have soft drink. So stomach can extend up to 2.5 liters at one point. And I told you every day one does that, it will become permanently, slowly. Now, the solution to this, one I would suggest is doing this Kapalbhati pranayam, doing all those yogas in which lifting one leg at a time, all that causes pressure. There are only Ayurvedic methods, because the allopathic methods, this famous footballer Maradona, his stomach had become 2.5 liter plus. So they had to literally do stapling and make it to 750 ml. And then he reduced then it was made 750 ml. He used to eat this much and he used to feel full. Then his weight reduced after that. So yeah, first thing, avoid. If it has happened, do this pranayam, do some Kapalbhati pranayam, do some yoga. And our body is a very resilient structure. Many times our body heals itself. So it will, heal itself if we are giving less load on this. So वो हो जाता है. It will again reduce. Don't worry. It's no, we say permanently 2.5 liters because people keep on eating. But yeah, eat in proportion and body will respond, reciprocate.
Thank you, Prabhu. So Priya Govinda Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you very much for sharing nicely.
Dandavat pranam, Prabhu.
Dandavat pranam. This question, because you are also preaching so much and connected to temple which has so much preaching activities. One problem which I face is too much time sitting in front of laptops and giving classes and hearing classes also. So in that case, what to do? And connected to this is also related to exercise. Then the only time which personal time which I feel I get for myself doing exercise is morning time. But morning time, then we have morning sadhana and chanting. So what do you do personally for balancing this? This is one question. Another question also I asked one.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I'll go back to the first question. Yeah, so I told you that sitting like this puts a strain on the neck. Sitting for pravachans. We are sitting for pravachans. And we keep on giving pravachans, but without doing exercise of the back. We never stretch our back. I have never seen any devotee, doing this stretching nicely, doing back exercise, turning like this, turning like this. How many times, we are doing this or doing some neck exercise. So we are actually, we are abusing our body, which Krishna has given us. Lord Chaitanya told Sanatan Goswami, your body is my property. So our body, when we are using it for Lord Chaitanya's mission for preaching, it's our duty to keep it healthy. So never feel guilty if you are doing like this. Okay. Yeah. Now these are some of the exercise which can be done anytime. If you cannot do it in the morning, it's okay. After your meal in the morning, if 9 o'clock you are having your meal, when the meal settle down by 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, you had proper rest. Before your evening dinner also, you can do these exercises. No problem. Whenever stomach is empty, before the dinner, that is also good. One day it happens that you get up at 3, if you have slept early, that time you can. Never be rigid. Don't be rigid about any of these exercises. Suddenly in Mangalarti, I see people start doing like this. No. Not in one. I visited so many temples. I'm not talking about our temple. I've seen all those people when suddenly they remember exercise during japa, and during japa they start doing like this. No, japa is a focused activity. You have to do japa. When you are doing japa, you should not do any exercise. Okay. People go for a morning walk. They said, this is the only time I have to exercise. No. Prabhupada used to go. Prabhupada is a different, Prabhupada is a pure devotee. We go for morning walk alone. We cannot concentrate like what Prabhupada used to. Prabhupada during morning walk also used to see things and remember Krishna. If you are going with 3-4 devotees and are able to maintain consciousness, that's okay. But otherwise, preferably, japa is an exclusive activity. Don't mix japa with exercise.
thank you.
Yes.
For sadhakas, not for pure devotees. Pure devotees can go for a walk.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
One last.
Okay, we are going to, we'll give some chance to others because Prabhu has to leave at 2 p.m. He has to attend his duty. So maybe we'll take up the following questions. Chandra Nimai Prabhu, you can ask. And maybe after this, one more last question we'll take from Charbhuj Prakash Prabhu.
Yeah. Tell me.
Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji.
Dandavat
Prabhuji,
Pranam.
I have one question about eating fruits.
Ah.
Eating fruits, Prabhuji. So, what should be the best time, like before meal or after meal, or if we take after meal, like how many hours of gap should be there, and what type of fruits we should take for a healthy keeping of the body? So, could you tell a little bit about the fruits, Prabhuji?
Yeah. Fruits again is good fiber, and it can be taken early in the morning. Best time to take fruits early in the morning means after your japa and everything is over. When the stomach is empty, full of toxins, give it a fruit dose. The fruits will push it ahead. Even before your dinner, the Vaikalika Bhog, which is done, and Vaikalika Prasad comes out. That is also a good time to have fruits. What fruit suits you is the question. Fruits, rather, I said before meals, one should have salad. A fruit can be also included there. Okay, but not after meals. Fruit ideally should be had alone first. Because what happens is now it turns into water and gets absorbed nicely. When we have after meal, it's like on a single road, we have a single road, and it must have happened with you that sometimes you would take a taxi and the bus comes in front of you. And the taxi, which could have gone fast, now is moving behind the bus. So sometimes you feel, I should have taken that bus only. Whole my journey was behind the bus. That taxi is like the fruit, which can go very fast. But if you take it after meal, it's like putting a taxi behind a bus or a tractor or a trailer, because that food is moving slow. So that fruit becomes useless. Fruit best empty stomach. Best time to have fruits. Get absorbed, turns into water and goes out. Not after meals.
Thank you, Prabhu. Shadbhuj Prakash, Prabhu.
Thank you so much.
I just wanted to conclude.
Yeah.
It was so very wonderful session, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Somehow or other, it was not easy to organize Prabhuji, coordinate with Prabhuji, and to bring him here. He is the busiest of the busy person. We saw his schedule, we saw his preaching activities, we saw his the depth of Krishna consciousness in a very systematic, scientific, in a practical way to his uh, external duty, that is like material qualification also. That was so very wonderful. Prabhuji, seeing the responses of the devotees, we'd like to invite you again. But when that will coordinate with you, because many questions are pending, many preachers will have the questions. So what we can do, we can request all the devotees to write down their questions, keep it with you, and then we will plan something very soon.
Yeah. No. I don't know how many more are pending. I can.
No, there are many, Prabhuji, but
Okay.
see,
Yeah.
already you told yesterday that you have to look by two. It's already two.
Yeah. So yeah, no, it's
We'll tie
okay.
up,
Yeah,
Prabhuji,
there is the. So
with your
what I would also suggest, I have a very nice friend of mine, Dr. Nemade, who is at Bhaktivedanta Hospital, who is. Parthasarathy Prabhu is saying only question answers definitely, and
That's
I'll
what I'm
try
saying,
to
Prabhuji.
rope him also for our preachers. Rather, he is a hardcore Ayurvedic person, and
Yes, sir.
his perspective would be very good. And I would really, I'm really thankful. I'm not eligible because you people are doing so much service for Srila Prabhupada and I'm not doing anything. But the reason I do this comedy and drama, many brahmacharis, they tell me that whenever they feel like taking a break or something, they go to my channel and watch Goloka Players dramas and they feel relaxed. So, I'm like a Shudra. I feel that a Shudra's work is to entertain the Brahmanas so that they can do their work very nicely. So thank you so much. I can be of some help to all of you. I I, I feel very obliged, not eligible at all. From the bottom of my heart, whatever you are doing for service of Srila Prabhupada, you have dedicated your bodies. So keep it healthy, keep it, very nicely fit to serve Srila Prabhupada. Watch this lecture again. You will get many tips if you have missed it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much, Prabhu.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Vanmali Govind Prabhu. Thank you, Shadbhuj Prakash Prabhu, and the whole care team. And keep on caring. This care is the whole big principle. We have to care. And this is such a nice initiative. I really liked it. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you. Thank you.
Srila Prabhupada ki
Ki jai.
jai.
Thank you, Guru Srila
Jai
Prabhupada.
Gautama Hari.
Thank you.
This recorded, it's recorded on YouTube,
You
so
can
we'll
send me
be
the link.
sharing the
Yeah.
link
Yes,
also.
yes.
Yes.
We will.
In
We
the
will do
link
that.
also, people can put their questions. If I get time, I'll answer. No problem. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank
Yes.
you, Prabhuji. So we'll end the meeting. Thank you all the devotees for joining. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Shadbhuj Prakash Prabhu, for coordinating. Hare Krishna.
No, it was very wonderful session.
Hare Krishna.
One Maripo, you can end the meeting.